While all the karting action was taking place in Kolhapur, let's take a quick look and see what was happening in the pink city of Jaipur, where of course the second edition of the Monsoon ride, which is Rajasthan's annual motorsport event, was taking place. Enthusiastic first-timers along with the experienced riders all got together to take part in the Monsoon Ride 2010, sponsored by JK-Tyre. It was a healthy amalgamation of drivers and two-wheeler riders getting together. A total of 88 registrations took place across the categories, which were divided into four-wheel and two-wheel drives. The four-wheel open, the four-wheel all-women category, and of course you also had the category for bikes and scooters in the two-wheelers. It was heartening to see those physically challenged take part in this rally as well, as was this team, a team comprising of all physically challenged people getting together and competing in the rally. So all in all, it was a fantastic setting for the rally to be flagged off by His Highness Maharaja Sawai Bhawani Singh ji, MVC, who flagged the rally off from the Pink City Restaurant at Jal Mahal in Jaipur. A picturesque setting indeed as the cars went through the grind. This was a rally that was run on the time, speed, distance or TSD format, where running along the state highways and the state roads, they were enforced the speed limits and they had to cover specific distances at a particular speed to adhere to the time, speed, distance format. The rally travelled across various parts, of course starting off from the Jal Mahal, went to Amer and then to Ramgarh, from where the rally went to Raisar, where finally they had a checkpoint coming up at Pratapghar. The weather was perfect, it wasn't hot and sunny, little overcast, the sun was kept at bay by the clouds, as it was a perfect outing for a family as well in the open category as they came around and saw the green countryside and enjoyed a lovely Sunday. And the rally had started off from Jaipur and went towards Alwar, with the idea of then moving on past Sariska towards Pratapghar, the off-road section near the Pratapghar fort. It was a lovely sight indeed, and a little challenge as well for some of the first-timers.
Because of the heavy rainfall, we have a wash-off in this section. This section has been cut off. The cars can't go through, so we'll have to cancel this section and restart from the track and rejoin it further ahead.
Majority of the गाड़ियाँ नहीं जाती हैं, but that's the rule, I guess. If this majority says it has to be cancelled, the stage is cancelled.
रास्ता खराब होने की वजह से ये थोड़ा सा मिस्टेक हो गया है, मगर एडवेंचरस है.
Very bad. I'm feeling very because we have done zero in, no? Our whole day labor is gone. We have done the whole calculation in 40 minutes. First leg we have covered. Now again we'll start from zero.
That is very bad because our timing was totally flashed.
Mixed reactions from the contestants, but unfortunately with this stage of the rally being washed off, it was time to start with a clean slate once again. A restart on the outskirts of Pratapghar. So it's back to getting onto the track, no more off-roading with the weather not permitting, and getting back to a start from Pratapghar, and of course moving on then towards Thanagazi and Narayanpur. But this really was challenging indeed. Parts of the road washed away by the incessant rains in this part, and really there was that rustic flavor added to the rally as well as it went through little known villages and quaint towns, seeing the people on a Sunday morning go through the daily motions. Yes, a lot of color, a lot of festivity, but back to serious rallying action once again for these contestants. It was a healthy competition that one saw as the rallyists took on the elements of nature and of course the competition as well, heading towards the checkpoint at Narayanpur and moving off to another little off-road section. So it was a healthy challenge of on-road and off-road action for these rallyists who came out in droves. And then finally, after passing through Kushalgarh and Nanikhabara, then finally coming around to Dawala for the break at the Alwar resort, the halfway stage of the rally and the first leg coming to an end.
पानी की वजह से बहुत सी तकलीफें हुई है और बहुत सी जगह चिकनी मिट्टी है, उससे बहुत ज़्यादा स्लिप होने का बहुत ज़्यादा डर रहा है कि गाड़ी स्लिप न हो, जिसकी वजह से हम लोग स्पीड नहीं मेंटेन कर पाए।
This was the time to regroup, to get that well-deserved break, grab some lunch and then head back for leg 2. This of course is the return leg as you head back from Bawala towards Jaipur for the final culmination point of Angara. So that's the way it was. On the return leg, it was almost a similar route from which they'd come from, barring minor deviations. And yes, there were these challenges, man-made or made by nature, for you to decide, because you had the off-road sections with the road tarmac as well. But it wasn't just the rallyists who were enthusiastic. It was also the onlookers who added the charm with their rustic element in place. And it was also a great chance for some of these motorists to travel to hinterland parts or parts around the city which they wouldn't be traveling to on an average Joe's working day. Hitting another checkpoint, making sure that they were on track, and not just on track in terms of the route, but also on track in terms of the competition. Remember, it was two separate categories, the four-wheelers and two-wheelers, and within each, different categories as well. We had the open category for four-wheelers and the category for all women as well. And then in the two-wheelers, the scooters and bikes separated. This really was a nice challenging day for the competitors.
Organization point of view, we were very happy with most of the administrative checks. The scrutineers anyway were from the federation. We had two local scrutineers who were helping out. Scrutiny was quite strict, but keeping in mind the level as open status of the event, the competitors, despite being first timers, had no problem at all. As far as the federation is concerned, we were very happy with the event and with the response from the participants.
Yes, a very, very enthusiastic response from the participants. In the end, everyone was a winner, but the winners across categories were felicitated at Angara in the evening at Jaipur, the venue for the felicitations. A special mention for Pooja Sharma, who won the open two-wheeler group category on a bike. Excellent work by her.